Good morning, Yoga Pants CEOs. Hope you guys are doing great, and welcome to another week of a fun 5-day skill building challenge. So we are going to be talking all about building a freedom-based business. So let's kick it off with day one, and I just want us to really know the truth about our time and about building a business. This is absolute truth, is it does not matter how much time you have to work your business. All that matters is how intentional you are with the time that you do have. I got to tell you that if we cannot build our business part-time in 5 to 8 hours a week, more time is not going to help us. We've got to master the skills. We've got to master this intention, being super intentional about the way that we work and having some paradigm shifts, because more time is generally just going to lead to more wasted time, more time that you could beat yourself up over not getting what you need to get done. So it doesn't matter whether you have 5 hours a week, 8 hours a week, 10 hours a week. You can absolutely create an amazing network marketing business when we can just embrace this concept. So we're all focused on building a freedom-based business, right? You're not building this so that you are chained to your phone, that you feel like you're working 24/7, that you feel like you need to always be on, right? I doubt those are the reasons. I doubt you started growing this business because you're like, oh, wow, I have all this free time. Let me find something to fill this free time with the business. No, we're creating these freedom-based businesses. So some of the things we're going to be talking about this week is to really start building your business around your life and family from the beginning, before you have teams of thousands and thousands of people. Let's get our priorities straight now. Let's talk about how to create boundaries around our time and actually fall in love with these boundaries. And also, let's eliminate the randomness of our work. That is the best way to describe how many people in network marketing work. It's just random, right? And we have this shiny object syndrome. It's like we just go into the day being very reactive. We might kind of sort of have a plan going into the month, but we get sidetracked. We see what someone else is doing or this promotion or so let's eliminate the randomness of our work, because when we do these things, it will result in more productivity, better management of your time, and the elimination of burnout and overwhelm. I know we don't want that. Not that there's going to be moments of our business that we don't, that we feel a bit overwhelmed, but for most folks, it's the norm, and it's just stopping them in the tracks, not us. So when I'm talking about boundaries around our time, this week, I want you to get a really clear idea of when you will work your business, or almost more importantly, when you will not work your business. When you'll have your phone turned off on airplane mode, or you're not checking it, where you're fully present in whatever else it is that is a priority in your life. And when we are working our business, that we're clear on what we're going to be working, right? So what we're working on when we are working our business. So when we don't do this, we're going to feel like we're spinning our wheels, right? Spending way too much time, achieving way too little. Plus, we got to realize that we might think we're being a great leader by being always on and accessible, but our team is going to start seeing that that's how it has to be, right? On 24/7 to be successful as well. And they're most likely not going to want it. Whether it's conscious or subconscious, they're probably thinking, oh my gosh, I don't know if I want that, right? It's just as important for your team to see you not working, just as important as when you do work. I know that I've talked with some of my running buddies that I was like, you know what? If I felt like I had to be tied to my cell phone, even though it's great, we get to build a dynasty from our smartphone, right? But I'm like, if I felt like I had to be tied to my smartphone, I would quit right now. That's not what I'm creating this for. There's got to be a different way. And there is a different way. Also, you're going to see when you are not only clear about when you're going to work your business, but what you're working on. Again, we're going to go into this in another day. But for example, I know that Wednesdays are my Facebook Live day. And I just know it. Like, so my Facebook Lives happen, right? I'm going to do it on my personal page. I'm going to do it, let's say, in the Yoga Pants CEO group. I'm going to do it in the Fit and Fabulous group. I'm going to do it wherever I'm doing my Facebook Lives. Wednesday's my day. So first of all, I don't have to feel guilty the other days feeling like I need to do a Facebook Live. more importantly, I know what day I'm going to do it. So the week's not going to come and go without me being like, oh my gosh, I didn't do a Facebook Live again, right? So we're going to know when we're working and what we're working on. Eliminating the randomness of our work. This is near and dear to my heart. We do this by, first of all, clearly defining our life's priorities. What is most important right now? Now, there's lots of things that are important, but I mean, what is going to require a larger chunk of our time for the time being, and we're okay with that. It's also about creating a structure and a plan for the key parts of working our business. We got to realize we're blessed in network marketing, where there's not too much to master in network marketing, even though it seems like there is, because I think sometimes we overcomplicate things. But we just need to have a structure and a plan for how we prospect people, right? Our social media posts, how we follow up with people. We're going to be talking some about that. Scheduling our business hours. Again, when are we working and when are we not working? Having a clear idea of the week heading into it is going to eliminate so much of the randomness of our work. And that when we structure the way that we work, knowing that when we are working our business, we're working 80% of our time on our income producing activities. A lot of times that means you're working from a daily checklist, a weekly checklist. My team has a weekly IPA checklist. When we focus on that, first of all, we're using our time much less randomly, and we know with confidence that we're working on the right things. So you definitely do not have to work harder. We just have to work less random. Part of what we're going to be talking about is creating an ideal schedule. Now, we might have a couple of different, during different seasons, like maybe we have one ideal schedule when the kids are in school, one when they're out of school for the summer. An ideal schedule is something we are aspiring to have, okay? So it's not necessarily that you're going to be following the schedule 100% next week, but you're going to see such peace and ahas when we get an ideal schedule down on paper. When we're creating an ideal schedule, we're going to be assuming that everything goes right that week, right? Of course, we know life's going to happen, and that's okay, but when we're creating the ideal schedule, we're assuming everything goes right. We're also going to designate every hour of every day on paper and assign it to some type of activity. So whether it's working your day job, whether it's working another business, whether it's your kids' activities, whether it's dinner time, whether it's relaxation, just chilling, whether it's church time, we're designating every hour of every day on paper. And then again, when we're talking about when we're working our business, we're going to even go to the level of what we're generally going to do. Are we using that 2-hour chunk of time to prospect or to follow up? Or is it that going to be all about customer service and checking in with our customers? We have to realize that our prioritized life is not a balanced life. Some people think a balanced life means like that all of the things that are important to me, that I spend a good amount of time, right, with my family, with my business, on my other businesses, with my parents, volunteering in Dylan's school, going to all of his activities. That's not, a prioritized life is not a balanced life. It's where a prioritized life right now, which is what it needs to succeed in network marketing, you're going to need to go all in with whatever matters the most to you right now, right? So I cannot spend 2 hours a day going to the gym, 5 hours a day working my business, 3 hours a day with my family, like everything that's important to me. You wouldn't have enough time in the day. We got to realize that for this season in life, where are we going all in? And normally that's like 2 areas of our life. We're going all in. Again, not that we're not attending to. So for me, right now, a priority is not hitting the gym every day. I work out Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. It's part of my morning routine. I do a 15-minute exercise video. I'll go out and walk Lexi, but I'm getting that because it's important to me, but it's not a priority. I'm not like training for some big event where I'm needing to put 2 to 3 hours. That does not go into my schedule right now. Because again, it's never a matter of not having time to work your business. It's always a matter of priority. So is your network marketing one of your 2 priorities right now? Maybe it is, maybe it's not. Let's get clear on that. We're also going to be talking about a morning routine. I'll be giving you some ideas, but studies definitely show that how you start your day has everything to do with how you end your day. So just like we don't want to crash land into Monday, we want to have some idea of what's on our agenda for the week and when we're doing what, and look at the landscape of the week. We don't want to crash land into every single morning. So a morning routine can be 30 minutes to an hour. You could be sort of listening to your affirmations or reading your affirmations, just some quiet time or prayer, meditation. You could be looking at your day's calendar and just creating a simple list of 3 to 5 things to do for the day. So we're gonna go much more into this, but when we have a morning routine, we're much less random, and it does give you such sense of peace and freedom. We also need simple duplicatable systems. So we want to have a team and develop a team that's system dependent, not people dependent. They're not dependent on us, that we've got systems in place. They're not dependent on signing up under me. They should be able to sign up on a level 10 of mine and have just as much ability to succeed. Their success should be just as inevitable as someone who signs up under me, right? Because we've got systems in place. We do have to realize that the top 3%, which are the folks who generally succeed quickly in network marketing, don't always feel like systems are important or necessary, right? They feel like they didn't need them, right? They just figure it out. But you know what? That's not the case for most people. Systems, duplicatable systems, are going to help that 20% of people on your team that want this. They're committed. They're showing up consistently. They just need more help. And you know what? In network marketing, the beauty is that you can literally build a dynasty that will provide more than you could ever imagine financially without ever signing up one person that's as good as you, that's better than you. All we need to do is figure out this 20% that are committed and willing. How do we help them be more effective? That's all they need to be, is more effective, not better than you. So that's what these systems do. It helps that group be more effective so that your efforts are, magnified times 1,000, but it's also going to free up your time. That's what we want. Free up your time. So today's activity, again, we're going to go into all of these things in much more nitty-gritty this week, but right now, I want you to post below. Tell us 3 things. In an average week, how much time do you think you have to devote to your business? Is it 5 hours, 10 hours, 18, 20, 30, 40, 50? What is it? Secondly, if you could only have 2 most pressing priorities right now, where you're going to dedicate large chunks of time, right now, what are they? If you could only have 2 most pressing priorities right now, what are they? I know that one might be a little difficult to answer, but answer it. And then thirdly, repeat after me and type this out. True freedom will only come through intense discipline. We all want freedom, but going in feeling to the day without a plan, right? Going in without much structure, going in without building a team without many duplicatable systems is not the way to true freedom. True freedom will only come through intense discipline, that you are disciplined about your time, that when you say you're going to work your business, you do it. Now, this is going to be something that we gradually grow into, but I want you to know that and believe it in every cell of your being. True freedom will only come through intense discipline. All right, guys, we have amazing things to cover this week. I'm so glad that you are joining us. Share your answers to these 3 things below, and I will talk soon. Bye, guys.